me some love. I like it. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second annual Calgary Black Achievement Awards. Okay. As you know, this evening is hosted by the Calgary Black Chambers. My name is Elie. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer at Blake's and a co-founder and the vice president of the Calgary Black Chambers. Given that Blake's is one of our partners and I have a table full of my colleagues over there, I'm going to be on my very best behavior tonight. I'm here, I like that, not necessarily, okay. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Calgary Black Chambers before I hand over to our host for tonight. And I would like to start by telling you a story, and it's about Fahima Osman. So she migrated to Canada from Somalia when she was about 11 years old. She dreamed she wanted to be a doctor, but she was told time and time again that she could not be accepted at medical school because it's too difficult to become a doctor. If you can believe it, her high school guidance counselor even told her not to aim so high. Well, guess what? She studied really hard anyways and kept her A+ average, and eventually she became the first Canadian-trained medical doctor in Toronto's Somali community. Dr. Fahima Osman's story is one of so many Black children's stories. They have dreams, and too often, they are told they shouldn't aim so high. And it's stories like these that create the need for organizations like ours, the Calgary Black Chambers. As some of you know, Calgary Black Chambers is a leading Black volunteer organization right here in Calgary. Our mission is to be a brave space for Black people to come together in fellowship, to advocate for the elimination of anti-Black systemic racism, to mentor our youth, and to provide scholarship to students pursuing their dreams like Fahima Osman. Since our founding in 2019, we are already making an impact. We have over 60 kids in our mentorship program. And on that note, I'd like to share an email that one of our mentors, Brian is here with us today, received from his mentee's mother, and I'm sharing this note with your permission. Hi, Brian. I wanted to thank you for everything you have done to support Benjamin over the past year. I know how much time and energy you put into preparing for your mentoring sessions, based on how much he talks about you, how you really listened to him, how you took a genuine interest in his aspirations, and how special you made him feel. He has learned so much from you that he's applying today. He's more confident talking to adults and forming opinions about complex issues. This has helped him in school and in talking with his friends. He was excited to share his aspirations and accomplishments with you. He has acted on your suggestions about how to achieve his goals. Benjamin told me he appreciates being able to talk to an accomplished Black man who he trusts and admires about his heritage and how his heritage and the color of his skin impacts his life. He doesn't have that opportunity very often. Thank you for the tremendous gifts you have given him, for the impact you have had on the person Benjamin is today and who he will become tomorrow. Brian, thank you for making a difference. So it's pretty incredible, and that's just one mentor relationship. Our scholarships are also making an impact. We've raised over $60,000 in scholarships, and last year we gave out 12 scholarships to make a contribution towards the education of 12 Black grade 12s and university students. And this year we have even more, because we like to do more, right? Our scholarships are funded through a combination of our membership dues, corporate sponsorships, and individual philanthropists, such as the Tony E. Anidu Bursary, which was funded by the Anidu family in honor of their father and husband, who was passionate about education. What a wonderful way to honor a loved one. This room is full of people who are already making an impact through your actions, your generosity and financial support, and allyship. And on the allyship front, for those of us who have found ourselves feeling on the outside, it's always helpful when we see others including us. Even small gestures help. Like one of my colleagues quietly translated a hockey reference to me, understanding that hockey hasn't quite hit it big in Nigeria. Or staying with the conversation a little longer to ask that third question that so often shows you are genuinely interested in learning more. So while I have your attention, it behoves me to ask for more. Come on, I'm the vice president. You can't expect anything else. On the mentorship front, if you'd like to be an active mentor with Calgary Black Chambers and meet your Benjamin or your Fahima, or you'd like to sign your kids up as mentees for our program, please speak to Chucks. Chucks? Oh, yeah. And if you'd like to give a scholarship or honor someone in your life, or you'd like to become a sponsor or partner with Calgary Black Chambers, speak to Mike Lee Hing. Mike? Where are you? Screen. Okay, or to me. So speaking of partnership, I see Jen from Pembina. I believe you have a check for us. And if you're willing, so just give me a second. Hold on, just give me a second. So I'd like you to come up in a moment. But yeah, so just give me a second, just 1 second, real quick. Let me just thank everyone first, because a lot of people have stepped up already to assist Calgary Black Chambers, and I want to say thank you. So I don't ask without saying thank you first. I'm just going to say thank you. So on behalf of Calgary Black Chambers, I'd like to say thank you to all of our mentors here tonight. I'd like to thank our partners, KPMG and Blake's, who have provided multi-year scholarship commitments and pro bono services. To the Calgary Catholic School District for introducing us to our deserving mentees. Immigration Service Calgary, and to Stamps, and to RBC, thank you. Finally, I'd like to thank those who sponsored the award ceremony tonight. Enbridge, CIBC, feel free to make some noise when I call your table. I like it, yes. Okay, Calgary Economic Development, I like it. McCarthy's LLP, Black Line Safety, Nutren. So now I'd like to invite Jen to come present the check.
I'd just like to read what we've written on here as we present this. So Pembina is proud to support the Calgary Black Chambers and their enactment of real change through uniting the community, professional mentorship programs, and youth scholarships. We stand together on our commitment to diversity, equal opportunities, and inclusive environments.
Thank you so much, thank you. So by the way, I just confirmed that this is a multi-year scholarship, so we're closing deals right in front of you. Thank you, yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. And so a quick shout out to my co-founders. John Cornish. There you go. Kieran. Okay, Kenny's in here tonight, so I'll make some noise on his behalf. Woo-hoo! Mike. Chucks. Clarence. And Akwazi. Isn't this the kind of support we dreamed of in 2019 when we started this organization? So now, returning to mentorship, this room is full of so many mentors, including two of mine. But I'd like to introduce one mentor in particular. He's a great leader, a wonderful co-founder, and the president of the Calgary Black Chambers. A few short years ago, he saw the gap in the community and he shared it with us. And under his leadership, we came together and built what is Calgary Black Chambers today. He's best known for his numerous accomplishments on the football field and his induction into the Canadian Hall of Fame in 2019. And since retiring from the CFL, he has spent countless hours giving back to the community. He was recently announced as the next Chancellor of the University of Calgary. And if I'm not mistaken, he's the youngest Chancellor in Canada. So truly a Hall of Famer on and off the field. So please help me welcome our host for tonight and soon to be the first President Emeritus of the Calgary Black Chambers, John Cornish.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Please have a seat. I'm looking around here aghast. Quite simply, this is one of the largest honors of my life. To know how far the Calgary Black Chambers has come, to know how much more we have to do. Like Chi said, yeah, we've helped out some kids, but she talked about the people that we had managed to pair mentors with. We're always looking for more mentors. But we put 300 kids from the Catholic School Board through our program this last year. 300 kids. And to see the development, the growth. Yeah, grade 11, grade 12, they have a lot of maturing to do. But these kids, they were something else. To go from somebody like, you ask them a question, shrug their shoulders, non-committal, non-engaged, to there, acting like adults, showing up every Tuesday night so they can make a change in the world. I am, like Chi said, Hall of Famer in the Calgary Stampeders. We have the Calgary Stampeders here today. Actually, my boss is here, so I got to impress him. I'm an investment advisor with RBC Dominion Securities, and like Chi said, co-founder and president of the Calgary Black Chambers. You know, this event is not the first Calgary Black Achievement Awards that this city has had in person. Going back to the 80s, this event was held regularly. And then going back a few more years, just a few years ago, the Ebony Awards tried to do what we're doing here tonight. You know, these traditions are not things to be forgotten. I want a round of applause for all the work and all the recipients from the past laying the groundwork for today. So again, tonight we recognize a handful of amazing Black Calgarians. And I'm not trying to minimize the number and the diversity of people doing great things in every corner of our great city. In fact, one of the reasons I choose to live and work in Calgary is because of the power of community here, not just with Black people, but because all Calgarians contribute to this place we all call home. There's no place like this in Canada. As the calendar flipped to the new year last year, you know, we were really all ready to be done with the pandemic, the uncertainty, the stress, the hardship. And if we had a crystal ball and see another year of similar challenges ahead, we might have thrown in the towel. But we're all here tonight. We all survived what has been life-changing for many. So another round of applause, folks, for you, for getting through a pandemic. But so, football has taught me a bunch of things. But if it's taught me one thing about life, you win the game one play at a time. It's a simple truth. Difficult to fully trust. But, you know, as many of you have done, as our winners here tonight have done, you pay for the day. One step, one win, one client, one person helped at a time. It's required creativity, innovation, perseverance, and yes, I'll say it, I moved from my days on the football field, pivoting. I always like to go back to this, the old African adage, if you want to go fast, travel alone. If you want to go far, travel with others. And like the Calgary Black Chambers has done as a group of individuals, like we were just downstairs when we first all got together, we told some stories. The stories that I like to think are part of the historical record now as Black Calgarians. My beautiful wife, it's time to honor you, Kieran. It's time. Where are you? You're under there. She just sat down. Round of applause for Kieran. She has been adept at maintaining the book of record of both my life and that of the Calgary Black Chambers. And because of that, we preserve these stories. And those stories provided the fuel for what the Calgary Black Chambers become. We knew we needed to provide mentors to our kids. We knew we needed to provide scholarships to our kids. We knew we needed to communicate with people like the Calgary Police Service. I think we actually have a few police service members in the room. Let's give a round of applause for the Calgary Police Service. Tonight is a night of building bridges, of looking forward. It's not about looking backwards. In fact, when I go about my daily business, you know, in the investment industry, it's always like hindsight 2020. But we always just have to keep on looking forward. We have all worked together to accomplish big things, and whether those big things have been growth for your business, helping more people, changing roles, or simply keeping the lights on, every single one of those things, both big and small, is worth celebrating. Another round of applause. So yeah, tonight's a chance for us to recognize the thing that makes Calgary unique, our entrepreneurial, our solution finding, and our giving spirit that makes Calgary what it is. So let's start off with a land acknowledgement. I'd like to begin by acknowledging our privilege to work, serve, and live in Treaty 7 territory. The Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta is comprised of the traditional territories of the Blackfoot Confederacy, including the Siksika Nation, North and South Piikani Nations, and the Kainai Nation. We also acknowledge the Treaty 7 First Nations, including the Tsuut'ina and the Stoney Nakoda, which include the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wellesley First Nations. We acknowledge the people of Métis Nation, Alberta, Region 3, who also make their homes here. We give thanks to the generations of people who have stewarded this land and recognize our shared responsibility to both honor and care for it, and in the spirit of reconciliation. So let's get this party started. So, we are honored here tonight. I have my phone. I was trying to tabulate all the different people here tonight, but I want to honor you all specifically before we bring up one special guest. And we're starting on table number 1. Well, it looks like we have a superstar in the crowd. John Cornish is here, ladies and gentlemen. But we talk about mentors. And this has provided me a unique opportunity because quite frequently I'm looking at him on the stage doing exactly what I'm doing now. But Dan Crawford here, he is the man that made my life transition from football ridiculously easy. He was there as a person that just saw a person that could use some help, and he stepped in. I like to think, although Dan is not a black man, his help to me provided the foundation for what the Black Chambers is today. So thank you so much, Dan. And of course, Alex Snell, from business director of the Calgary Stampeders. Actually, guys, we're going to introduce a concept right now. There's going to be a lot of clapping. We're going to tighten it up a little bit. We're going to introduce the concept of the 2-clap. When I say we're going to 2-clap, we're going to... There you go. I don't even need to... It's simple, straightforward. Okay, 2-clap. There we go. And we're going to be coming back to that throughout the night. Okay, I am thankful that Gillian Sanford from Enbridge is going to be presenting here tonight. Gillian, where are you at? Jillian, thank you so much. 2-clap. And we got Brian Lanier, chairperson of the Calgary Black Chambers. I don't even have to say it, guys. Sandra Ryan Robinson, who scored that beautiful pembina deal. Sandra, there we go. And Elie Ndul. She said she's not the president. Guess what? She is the president, duly elected. I want to recognize Shane Doig from Calgary Economic Development. This guy sponsored this event, silver sponsor. Thank you very much, Calgary Economic Development. 2-clap. Shane was behind the table, like helping guests in. Shane, we aren't going to pay you for that. Okay, continuing on. 2-clap for Shane. Yeah, let's go. Oh, yeah. We got David Shepard here. David, where are you at? But do you have Semhar Abraha at your table? No. I don't care about you. David, stay back there. I don't. Francis Wright is in the crowd. One of the famous 5 founders. Very nice. Another mentor of mine in Kieran's. And her husband, yes, I mentioned, I'm sorry, I should mention the alderman, the city councilor first, but guess what? You're married to Frances Wright, so she gets the first introduction. And we have city councilor Richard Pootman in the crowd. Oh, Charles Asuji, one of the country's most recognized lawyers. Top 40 under 40 here, top 40 under 40 lawyers across Canada. Is that right, Charles? Yeah, of course, yeah. 2-clap for Charles. Courtney Walcott. The Honorable Courtney Walcott. There he is. 2-clap. And one person I want to recognize, we have the Calgary Catholic School Board. We were in partnership with one black man there, and who has sort of been instrumental in their work in both the EDI space and in partnership with the Calgary Black Chambers. Matt Sauer, back there. 2-clap. Let's go with Dr. Morris Scantlebury and Dr. Waldron Affleck, two Calgary Black Achievement Award winners from last year, finally in person to clap. David Shepard. Oh, there he is. Beautiful. Two clap for David Shepard.
Well, thank you, John. Good evening, everyone. I am David Shepard. I have the honor of serving as the MLA for Edmonton City Centre. And it is an absolute honor and a pleasure to be here tonight for the second edition of the Calgary Black Achievement Awards. And the first, John, in person? The first in person. That is worth applause. I'd like to echo John's acknowledgement that we're celebrating here tonight on the traditional territory of Treaty 7 and land of deep significance to the Métis people of Alberta. And I'm very happy to be joined here tonight by one of my colleagues from the Alberta Legislature, Mr. Joe Ceci, whose constituency we are in, Calgary Buffalo. It is absolutely wonderful to be here. I was more than happy to drive down from Edmonton to celebrate here tonight with John, the Chamber, and all of you. To have this opportunity, as John said, to celebrate in person after 2 years, where we were only able to see each other through screens. I've met a number of people here tonight in person who I had only ever seen in a little box on my computer. It's wonderful to look out and see all of you here. So many people that I'm honored to know, and some that I've had the chance to meet tonight. Some of you I look forward to meeting, and that's a reason to celebrate, I think, in and of itself. But you know, we're here tonight to celebrate some amazing Black Albertans, Black Calgarians, whose passion, commitment, leadership have been an inspiration to us all. Black men and women who've worked tirelessly, overcome obstacles, to give back to their communities, who are dedicated to making your city, our communities, our province a better place for all of us. You know, when I grew up, I didn't grow up with any Black heroes. I didn't know any Black leaders. Now, that was in part because I didn't have the opportunity to grow up with many connections to Black communities. But it was also because, you know, that wasn't part of our curriculum in school. There was no Black history. There were no Black stories, not of Black people in the larger world, and certainly not of Black people here in Alberta. But of course, as you all know, that's not because there was a lack of history to teach or stories to tell. Because Black people here in our province have been doing great things for their families, for themselves, for their communities, for our province for decades. They've been community leaders, professionals of all stripes, artists, athletes, advocates, and entrepreneurs. But for too many years in our broader society, their work, their achievements, their accomplishments went unseen, unrecognized, or at times, we have to acknowledge, even actively opposed. So it was left really up to Black communities to celebrate their own. Now, we've come a long way, but again, that's been in large part due to the work of members of our Black communities who've worked to both unearth, preserve, and retell the stories of those who went before us, and to support and elevate and celebrate the members of our community and the work they are doing today. And in that proud tradition, that is what the Calgary Black Chambers is leading us in doing tonight. I want to give a strong shout out to all of the folks with the Calgary Black Chambers. I first had the chance to meet John and his team back in the fall of 2020. So they had just gotten that ball rolling. But as John said, in 2 years, what they have accomplished here, the fact that all of you are here tonight celebrating and supporting their work, their scholarship program, their mentorship program, the advocacy that they're putting forward in our community, they are having an incredible impact, and I know it is only going to get stronger. So I want to thank them for giving us a space tonight to celebrate some incredible members of our communities. And I want to thank each and every one of you who are here tonight to celebrate with them. And I want to say tonight to all of tonight's winners, my deepest congratulations. And thank you for all you have done and will continue to do to support, inspire, and empower all of us in all of our communities. And for the winners, if you're looking for your next opportunity, I understand there's likely an election coming up, and we could use a lot more Black faces in the legislature. So thank you again to the Chambers for hosting this tonight, to all of you for coming. Looking forward to celebrating the amazing men and women who will be receiving the awards tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. Like you said, we had a wonderful opportunity to get to know each other right as we were starting this group. You may have seen some of the pictures in our opening roll. It's been amazing to sort of have a black person in the provincial legislature, and like you said, let's see some more people. Let's see some more. And so, political leaders, we got Joe CC. 2 clap for Joe CC. Thank you. I have my wife to watch my back. So we also have Giancarlo Carrere. Where you at, Yeah, 2 clap. There we go. We have a lot of people in this room tonight, and like I said, you're all special. And we had a number of nominees. We had over 250 nominations this year. Last year, we had 150 to put it in perspective. Our nomination crew here, we actually updated the process a little bit so it would be blind. We didn't know who was voting for who because we didn't want any negotiations to take place. Like, okay, you can get this guy, but I got this guy. No. This was a process. We tried to make it as fair as possible for all those included. And it was, I gotta say this, with the scholarships, with these nominations, we get to hear these truly incredible stories, and it is so difficult to pick between anybody. That's why we had to I had to spend like 2 hours creating a Google form for people to submit stuff and stuff. But I thank you all for your sleepless nights. If you voted, and Kenny's not here, but if you voted on the Calgary Black Achievement Award winner, please stand up. Kieran? She's not the only one. Chucks? Stand up. Okay, man, the black people in the dark room, it's not. Let's get a round of applause for all the selectors. That was one of the things. We have certainly spent a lot of our free time doing all this work. And I got to say, I'm glad we found a way to have that much free time. I'm sorry, Kieran. She's laughing at me now. Let's acknowledge some sponsors. The Calgary Black Achievement Awards and tonight's gala would not have been possible without the hard work and generous support of many. I would like to take a tiny moment to express our sincere gratitude. Thank you to our sponsors and supporters. Our platinum sponsor, Enbridge, gold sponsor, CIBC, silver supporters at Calgary Economic Development, Calgary Sports and Entertainment Corporation, our bronze sponsors, Nutrien, Blackline Safety, and Kim McCarthy. And our in-kind sponsors, you can see those beautiful printouts that you have on your tables, as well as your beautiful name tags. That was all by Print 3. Print 3, you can go ahead and stand up. Beautiful, thank you so much. Yeah, I walked by your store every day, and I didn't know it was a black-owned business. So we need to tell those stories. We need to know about those black-owned businesses that are helping organizations like ours do good work and finding success in their own right. I will be spotlighting a lot of our sponsors as we go on. We have some award presenters. I wanted to ask, Catholic School Board, have you decided who's going to present your award yet? Yes, beautiful. Let's get a 2 clap for the Catholic School Board. Blake's 2 clap. Blake's, yeah, beautiful. That was a little bit confusing. Blake's 2 clap. Enbridge 2 clap. KPMG 2 clap. Calgary Economic Development 2 clap. And the Calgary Stampeders 2 clap. It's fun. I'd like to thank my wonderful team here at the Calgary Petroleum Club. I have had an outstanding relationship with them. Actually, we have a person in the audience today, another mentor of mine, who actually wrote my okay to join the club, Grant Bartlett. Where's Grant? There he is. Now, some of you might not know him because he's super low-key, but guess what? This guy is one of the largest private donors across the board. He's helped make Calgary what it is. 2 clap for Mr. Bartlett. So, I'd like to thank Calgary Trophies, who designed and provided the wonderful trophies we'll be giving out tonight. A big shout out to our returning AV team, Sergey Abramov, Sergi behind the camera. 2 clap for Sergi. And Adam, where you at? Yeah, 2 clap for him. And our sound team back in the back. 2 clap for the sound team. And I gotta say this, sometimes you can only trust your family. And I got some family members here tonight. I got my mama. They're dressed in their best. Stand up, mama. And my uncle, Happy Man. And I put my cousin to work manning our audio visual in the back, Maricor. And thank you to our panel of judges. Like I said, I wanted to take a moment to specifically thank the team at the Calgary Black Chambers and one individual in particular. Charles Buchanan has worked hard to support our events over time, and he's been supported by the rest of the group. But we have one person whose accomplishments with the Chambers I must recognize. Jyoti Sahoda, to me, is the living embodiment of a word used in Indian culture, seva, selfless service. Jyoti took over our social media, and she has multiplied her number of followers by 5. She went from like 200 to, I think we're at 3,400 right now. Jyoti, amazing accomplishment. No applause yet. We're not done. Jyoti set us up for our numerous sponsors that we have. She's directly involved in Black Line Safety and Nutrien and especially Enbridge. The tables you're seated tonight, that was Jyoti too. Numerous things that I cannot even remember have been done by Jyoti. I just hope I can identify where Jyoti's seated before I finish talking. She's all the way in the back, in the most low-key spot. I'm not going to embarrass Jyoti by asking her to stand up. I just want you to know, this is an event tonight would not be what it is without your hard work. So thank you so much. So we talk about a lot of stuff. We are now in a position where we could talk about the thing that we talk about before we get to our winners. These awards celebrate people who have led with heart. And despite what these last 24 months have thrown on your road, these people have demonstrated determination and entrepreneurial spirit, giving spirit that knows no bounds. I especially want to acknowledge every finalist in this room. Nominations came from your customers, your colleagues, your friends, and your family. And whether you walk away with hardware or not tonight, you all are champions in this city because of how you show up every day. This is one of the first times many of us have been in a room like this, which could make for some Shakespearean speeches and some long hugging sessions. So let's keep it short, right? When you come up on stage, get to your point. And when you get off, say some thank yous, and you'll be escorted off by either Charles Buchanan or my boy Tyrese. Where's Tyrese at? He's in the back there. Don't make him mad.